Hi, and welcome to Vicky's One Shot, everybody.
Woo-hoo!
Self-pathetic cheering. You will start with -5. I'm going to start by reading your kind of world intro and then letting you know where the game starts. The wild forests of Llandriamoor teem with life. The lush fruit groves, the many varied creatures running free, the great Friandarth River running through the centre, and the pockets of peaceful woodland folk. For 20 years or so, the small Yllithur clan of half-elves have lived in their elegant but simple wooden houses amongst the roots of the giant halfen trees. The clan came together after new rulers in Partican city nearby forced all non- or part-human folk out and into the forests or further afield. The Yllithur clan live happily in the forest, those who remember the city and the hatred from humans preferring their lives in the trees. Less than a year ago, a troop of rambunctious half-orcs moved into the caves nearby the half-inch residences. The elders of the Yllithur clan were outraged, but other than their upturned noses and tuts of disapproval, there was nothing that could be done to move the half-orcs on. The forest was free to all those who needed shelter, and the half-orcs, and as half-orcs are known to travel freely, the Yllithur clan hoped that they would move on soon. Hostility was felt by the half-orcs, so they kept away from the Yllithur clan, settling into their new caves. Now, unknown by the elders of each race, the children began to venture into the woods, away from their homes, and to stage great battles and wars with one another, half-orcs versus half-elves. Mostly innocent, there would be the occasional injury, but the children would blame it on a wild creature or a fall from a tree once back with their own kind. The children spent the spring and summer conducting dramatic wars, even the most timid children from each race coming to take part or to watch from high up in the trees. As a few trees began to burn orange with the approaching autumn, both races of children feel a chill of discomfort. The elders talk in hushed voices, becoming much more guarded than usual and trying to keep the children in their settlement. The children keep hearing mentions of darkness, of dangerous humans summoning dangerous demons in the forest, and folk going missing from other forest dwellings. Both races of children are banned from travelling to the west of the forest near Partican City. They hear tell of trees dying and animals fleeing from that area of Llandriamoor. Whispers of gruesome remains found amongst the newly dying trees. Some animal, some other, more humanoid. You all awaken on a cool, misty morning. The half-orcs in their fur-lined stone beds in corners of caves, and the half-elves in their sheltered hammocks. At breakfast in your respective camps, the elders are having quick, hushed discussions, and are they arguing? Ashtilin, a crying woman, grabs you tightly. The other half-elf children look on confused. She sobs, explaining that Minerva Seer, the woman who adopted you, has been taken. Last night, 2 other half-elven elders, the oldest of the group and respected leaders, were taken too. Similar news is being spread in the half-orc camp. Haru, the stern but tear-streaked face of your father greets you at the stone outcropping used as a table. He holds you close and tells you your older sister Haga is missing, along with 3 other young adult half-orcs. They were all out-trained for their task as Grumsh and have not returned. After this news is shared, most of the children are not allowed to leave their dwellings, but each of you manage to sneak out whilst the elders are continuing their panicked discussions. Unsettled, each of you heads towards the usual war grounds that are unknown to the elders. One by one, you filter into the clearing through the trees. Nods and small smiles are exchanged in greeting. No one speaks. Someone lights a fire. You all settle down to warm yourselves by it, waiting to see if anyone else joins you. The forest itself seems flatter, more quiet. You know that the adults are wasting their time. Something must be done. What would you like to do?
So just to double check, it was one of the half of children missing, right?
Say that again, you broke up really badly.
It was one of the half-orc children missing, right?
So there are 4 half-orcs missing and 3 half-elves missing.
Okay.
You would know all of them. They're all your family. They're all like related in one way or another.
And it was my adoptive mother.
Yeah, your adopted mother's been taken, and then the 2 half-elf leaders as
How do I feel about her? That's a good question to answer first.
well. So, with your little bit of backstory, so you were found orphaned by a burning village, or burning town that was a human settlement, and she adopted you and discovered that you are a half-elf. So, I'll leave up to you how you feel about her.
Wait, so it's adults that are missing? Not.
The what, sorry?
Is it adults or children missing?
So, from the half-elves, they're all adults. From the half-orcs, they're kind of like teenagers, like early adults.
Okay.
But none of the adults are acting. You guys have all come together and you've decided that something must be done because the adults are just wasting time.
Of course.
Okay.
Autumn's just going to be quiet and watching one.
Just so we're clear on this, I'm not responsible for any of you disappearing if anyone is going out.
So you're currently sat in the war grounds, as you guys have called it, which I will send you.
Map.
Well,
Yes!
I'm not giving you a map because you guys have not ever really gone that far in the forest.
Well, it's time to explore.
Pictures!
This is, you're in a little clearing in the forest. You're away from the half-orc caves. You're away from the half-elf trees. You're kind of in the middle. Well, I tell you what, can I get you all to roll what would you do for navigation? Survival?
Yep.
Can I get you all to roll a survival check for me then, please?
Yeah, of course.
Well, at least he's got better than Arissa.
Right.
I still rolled terrible.
I like how you're going. That's better than Arissa, and then still.
He's too upset his mum's gone.
That's a fair point.
He's distracted.
What chat are we?
Survival check, please.
Hawthorne's just too pretty to be good at anything.
No. Which chat are we typing in? Which of the chats?
Sorry, we're in the Carnal Eclipse one.
Which is where? Oh, Carnal Eclipse.
Above the
Okay.
Sunday.
Yeah, got it. Okay.
We should probably add like a one-shot channel at some point.
Yeah. 19. Cool.
I'll solve it tonight. I'll solve it tonight.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, add it to the to-do list. So I would say Hazafan, Oatumil, Haru, and Luma, you would all know that there have been rumours of people going missing, and you will remember that your families have told you not to go to the west of the forest, which is near Partican City, because that's where strange things have been going on and remains of humanoid folk have been turning up. So if anyone were to have gone missing, you might be able to work out that's where they might be.
In that case, I relay that to the group, I think.
So, we're going west then.
Yeah, it's like the West Forest.
So are you all choosing to move off west?
Yeah, I'll tag along for now.
You're also sulky, I love it. So the best route, you all know there's a bridge to the direct north of your war grounds, and then if you keep the river to your left, then you'll be heading west straight towards Partican City, which is the area that you've been told lots of trees have been dying and bad things have been going on. Yes, you can summon a homunculus and name him Gremlin.
So that's my little friend.
Cool.
He sits on my shoulder now.
Is that a 0-1?
Yeah, that's a 0-1.
Just marking down so you don't go crazy with the beast. Cool, so the beast summoner, as a fan, summons a homunculus called Gremlin. And it sits on my shoulder.
Wow, he's like so cute. I can't even.
Cool, so are you all in agreement that you're moving off to find the west of the forest?
Yep.
Guess so.
I'll send Moni
Not
the
to like
familiar.
push you into a decision, but
No, do it. Embrace your
Cool.
DM role.
Oh, yeah, Vicky, what kind of forest is it? Is it a cool forest? Humid forest?
Yeah, so it's, I would say cool and humid would be the forest.
Great.
Can you see why I chose that? Cool. So you all together decide that you do not want to stay sat in the war grounds. No one else seems to be turning up. You 6 are going to move on and do something spectacular, although none of you are really sure what that's going to be. You all set off into the forest. As you get deeper, you can see it gets more vine-filled. It's not an easy path to get through.
Are we following the river?
So you need to cross the bridge over the river to then you keep the river at your left once you're over the bridge.
Autumn's just
know that.
Autumn's just going to go to the river edge and stop there.
Just along the river end.
Precisely.
And is going to create a raft of ice.
Nice.
How many people would your raft of ice fit?
Let's see. It can make a 5-foot cube.
Okay. Are
Maybe
you
if
inviting
we all
anybody else onto
squash
your
up
raft of ice, or are you
together.
fucking off?
Autumn's just gonna like stand in the middle of it, and just turn and look at the others.
Well, I'll hop on, obviously. Just like, duh.
Cool.
I will also hop on.
How
I
many
love
of us
it.
are there?
6 in total.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's just squash
yeah.
up close, guys.
Oh, wow.
There is also this that you were heading towards, but you know.
Apparently we're going downstream now.
Alright, that's why you're quiet.
Haru is on the raft as well now.
So is that everyone on the raft?
Yeah, I guess.
Cool. Mill, can you control the raft once you've made it?
Let me just double check. Basically, I've just made like a raft device. I can't actually control where it goes, but let me just have a squiz through my equipment. So I was banking on having something in there. I actually thought I had a staff. No, I would. Let's just say I would have grabbed a.
I have a staff.
Oh, actually, I'll hold my hand out for your staff then. I'm still not talking. I'm just holding my hand out for it.
Like hell, I'm giving it away. You know what? I have a different idea. I cast a gust cantrip behind us.
Yay! Can I roll to see if there are any different types of rock around on the sides of the river and on the riverbed and ahead of us and to the sides of us?
Sure. Roll an investigation and I will let you know some of those things.
Okay.
Cool. I would say from your view on the raft, you can look into the clear bottom of the river and you can see that there's small pebbles kind of rounded by the river's movements. Along the edges of the river, there'll be outcroppings of rock every now and then, probably with trees growing over. So some of them might be crumbled under the tree roots, but you'll find that there's some quite solid bits as well.
Look, guys, that one's phylodite. That one's dunite. There's some diorite. That one's pretty cool.
Shut up, you know.
Any half-elves, and probably some of the half-orcs would probably be used to the Stone Wielder and his slight, odd obsession with rocks.
Will you just shut up? No one cares.
I care.
Can I backhand Ash?
Yes, roll an attack.
Is that with my dexterity or my strength?
I don't know, do you have any particular things for your
Well, dex is...
non-handed combat?
Unless my hands count as simple weapons, then no.
You never know. I don't know, what would you rather prefer? Would you like to do a flouncy kind of slap or a really hard smack?
It'd be more like a flouncy symbolic.
Yeah, so I'd say dex then, please.
In that case, I'm 19 to try and hit.
Oh,
Okay.
fucking hell.
Can I?
Ash, would that hit?
It would hit, but can I dodge?
Yes.
Because I think I get that as like.
I was going to say, is that one of your things, or would you like to roll an acrobatics to dodge?
Starting at second level, you may also take the dodge action as a bonus action. A number of
There you go.
Shit, then it's disadvantage for me because it's a dodge action. Seems like I missed.
So what did you roll the second time?
Not fun.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely missed.
So Haz reaches out one of her fine-fingered hands to smack Ashtilin across the face. Unfortunately, he dodges at the last second, and Haz slips into the river. He's now hanging onto the side of the ice raft, quite with some difficulty. Looking rather wet inside.
Hey, do you want my hand or something? Here.
Yes, please. And I just grab on and pull myself onto the raft. Thanks.
That's no problem, dude.
Glyn, how far are you planning to go down this river? The current is slowly taking you down west towards the city.
This goes way too slow. I cast another gust.
Bothwell's just going to wait until someone says something. No real plan behind it.
Oh yeah, smart idea, pinning that one.
Ahead of you, the river, once my picture loads, starts to close in. Still loading. It doesn't take a long time, right? So the river that you've started on is quite wide and quite clear, but as you travel further down, being speeded up by the gusts cantrip, you see that the great trees start to grow in over the river, and it looks like it will become impassable for your raft. And the picture will load in a minute. It's just a massive stuff. So you've probably got a few more meters that you can go ahead, but the raft is going to become useless soon.
Yeah. Well, based on that, Autumn will just hold a hand out to the side and use the gusts cantrip to just start driving us into the bank.
Oh. Do you all wish to disembark from the raft?
Yep.
Yep.
Just away from the little kids.
Once this picture loads, I will give you another picture. Okay. So you all climb down from the raft over great big tree roots. It's a bit slippery. You all manage to make it over without falling in. And you discover that you are in a kind of mossy clearing. It's quite nice. You can actually stand without falling over the vines that you're used to being in the forest as you're walking. God, this picture's changing forever. I'm really sorry. As you are stepping off of the raft, climbing over the vines and the tree roots and going into this mossy clearing, you see kind of crumpled in the tree roots before you, there's a medium-sized creature. It's winged, and as it turns its head, it has a fiercely sharp beak.
Do I know what kind of beast it is?
You can roll a nature check.
I may have. Wait, nature is
Can I roll as well?
25.
Yeah, sure. 25, cool.
Oh yeah.
Ah, nice.
Natural 20. You so know what this creature is. It's amazing.
You
So
know what
you
it tastes like.
Yeah, you know what it would taste like and what best seasoning to put with it. You both, as you see this creature turn its sharp beak and its glaring eyes looking at you, you both recognize. Get my book ready. You both recognize.
Hey, little axe beak.
You recognize that it is an Aarakocra.
Wait, this is an Aarakocra?
Are you telling us?
Also add a picture.
That's a forest.
So it's kind of in this moss clearing now, and at the bottom, yeah, that's you spell it like that without the second K.
Ah,
So
Yay!
crumpled on the ground before you. You can see this creature. It turns, glaring at you, shocked. It didn't expect a group of small creatures to suddenly climb out through the clearing. As you look onto it, you see that it has laid out on the floor. One of its strong-looking legs is ripped apart and bloodied.
Oh no!
It looks at you, absolutely terrified, and reaches for its javelin, which is on the floor.
I talk to it in Sylvan.
Go for it.
Don't be scared. I don't know what to do about this, but what attacked you?
It looks at you curiously, hand pausing over its javelin. It recognizes the kind tone of your voice, but it doesn't seem to understand the words that you're saying to it.
Damn it.
The javelin is on the mossy tree roots next to it. That helps. As you can see from that picture, everything's like covered.
Can I try to approach it and try to heal its leg?
Sure. What would you need to do for your healing?
I don't know this character enough. Sorry.
I was supposed to fucking read it beforehand. No, it's fine.
No, I did read it beforehand, and I
No,
just
no,
don't
it's fine,
remember
I'm
anything.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
You
Right.
healing.
And
I know what I can do. I can use mending sinews as savior.
yeah,
So that means that I can. Oh shit! Where is it? Wait. Heal any number of creatures within 60 feet.
Yeah.
For my battle medic level plus your wisdom modifier. So.
just as an aside, are you sure you want to do that? Because you can only do that once per long rest.
Damn.
I mean, if you want to, go for it. That's very generous of you, but
No.
It would normally take like an 8-hour nap here.
yeah.
I mean, I also have cure wounds. Can I try using that as a spell instead?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
Cool. What does your Q roll? Is it?
Well, you have to give me a second.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I can see it.
It's a first level spell.
Yeah.
And I do a 1d8 plus spellcasting modifier, which my spellcasting modifier, I think it's 5. Yeah.
I got 8 as your spell attack bonus. Is that what that is?
Yeah.
No, the spellcasting
wisdom,
is
yeah.
wisdom, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So, I got a 7 in total. Can I try and hit it for 7 points?
Yes. For
Yay!
your wounds, do you need to lay your hands on, or is it something you can do from a distance? Would you like to pretend that it is?
No, I need to touch it.
Okay. So everybody sees Haru edging slowly towards this bleeding creature that's looking pretty rough. And very gently reaches his hand out.
My cantrip mage hand and just move the javelin out of the way.
Nice. Smooth. So the Alpaca's eyes are going to be on Haru. So subtly, a javelin gets moved out of the way by the main man. And Haru lays his hands onto the Aarakocra's arm, and you see the wound stops bleeding. It's not completely healed, but there's definitely a change. And you can see the body of this creature relaxes slightly. Yeah, but I didn't want you to touch the bloody leg. I was just getting you to touch his arm. You can touch the leg if you want. You touch the gross leg. Ew.
You dig around for a few seconds in that wound.
This is pretty horrible. Cool. So the javelin has been moved slightly to one side, and the wound has stopped bleeding slightly. The creature looks to you, Haru, with a slightly strange voice. It speaks to you in common. Thank you for your help. I wasn't sure what I could do for that. What brings such a strange mix of young creatures this far from their homes?
I just back down.
It's a creature, so I'll just instantly move forward to talk to it. Now that I know that it speaks a language that I understand too. Hey, so we're actually trying to find the few of our family members and such that were taken from us by something. What attacked you though? Is that might be the same thing, and then we're in trouble.
It kind of cocks its head. It's kind of quite bird-like in its movements. It's quite jerky and bobs its head around quite a lot. Obviously, its eyes can't move like a human's or a humanoid, so it has to tilt its head to look at you. Some dark creature ran under me as I was flying over the trees. It shot some powerful magic at me, wounding my leg. I fell. I've sent for help from the Manacora. Someone will be here to help me soon. Where are you heading?
That's a good question. That way, I think. And I'll just, point in a random direction.
Are you pointing west, or are you just pointing randomly?
Do I still know where west is after that, adventure on the river?
Well, you know that once you cross the river, if you keep the river to your left, then you'll be heading west. Does that make sense?
In that case, I'll point in the general that way that we're supposed to go-ish.
Why are you heading there? Take care. That's the edge of the city. That's where things have been going missing and things have been turning up rather dead.
Well, then
There's a great evil over there.
Maybe we ought to hurry then, because I kind of want to keep the family members alive, because otherwise Ash will kill them.
Please.
It's okay if they are half alive. I'll work with that.
That's what you orcs maybe, but I kind of want our half-elven family alive, if possible.
Well, I guess we just have to see how.
Well, if you must travel that way, if you find the Hearthen Tree Temple, as a thank you to you for stopping my leg bleeding, if you enter the temple and look amongst the roots of the tree, you'll find some of my effects. Take what you will if it will help you with your journey. May Aqua give you strength.
Thank you so much.
When you venture into the city, though, they don't like non-humans. You're probably too young to remember, but when the new leaders joined, they threw us all out. We were there as guards. We worked hard. their hatred and fear of us is so powerful. They believe that we will rise up to take back the city one day, as if we want to enter those crumbling walls again. And you see it spits on the floor next to it. I've heard tell of them summoning demons. I wish you well.
Thank you. We'll definitely keep you in our mind.
Cool.
Stay safe, my friend.
So the Aarakocra kind of waves you on. I'm assuming you're carrying on your journey west?
Yep. Or no, I don't mind what they do. I am. I am going west.
So if you will continue on west as you leave that little mossy
Oh,
clearing,
finally.
you hear the faint sound of flapping in the sky above, and you assume that other Aarakocra are coming to save the injured one.
Look up first before assuming.
Yes, if you take the time to look up, you'll see that more Aarakocra coming.
Well, it's always best just to make sure. Like, you assume other Aarakocra are coming. Actually, it's some flying lizard and he's dead.
It's a fucking ancient dragon. You're all dead now.
He's like, run!
So is it Aarakocra or not?
Yeah, so it wasn't it's you can see 3 more Aarakocra coming
Nice.
and landing by your new friend.
Oh, maybe they could carry us.
Well, they're with 4, one of which is severely damaged, and we're with 6.
It's
I don't think-
kind of rude to people you like just met to be like, hey, carry me somewhere.
Well, at least they could make themselves useful for us.
See, pretty boy understands it.
I'm like, so pretty. Do you want
Pretty,
to see
as
the
if.
rocks?
No way. They must be pretty dull. You are.
Some of them are dull, some of them are shiny, some of them are sort of sparkly. And he like trails off.
With that takes like him starting to talk about rocks as a cue to just walk away. He's sad.
Cool. As you are continuing walking and arguing, you notice that the floor of the forest is covered in thicker, kind of slimy-looking vines, which stink of rotting and decay.
Yeah.
You're trying very carefully to walk over them without touching them.
Oh, do they have any insects? Any good like worms or maggots?
Ooh, roll an investigation to see if you can spot any.
Oh, my investigation, can't it be survival?
Well, I was going to say it could be nature if you're looking for bugs.
Okay. Nature is probably still. No, it's like equally bad.
Oh, that's intelligence too.
Yeah.
Well, give me a roll and see. I'll let you do a nature check with I've forgotten the word, with advantage because bugs are your speciality.
Yeah.
In the meantime, Ultimal's going to be sort of looking at and poking at the vines with a dagger. Just trying to study them.
Luma is not very good at finding new bugs. So.
Oh no. She can kind of smell that there might be some worms around. Maybe if she has a look around, she might find something interesting. So did you say that you were poking the vines with a dagger?
Yeah, just to investigate them.
Cool. Could everyone else kind of let me know whereabouts they are, like a marching order? Like, There's Watermill out the front, or
I'll go up front.
yeah.
Can I go
Ashton.
like just behind him so that I can look for the new rocks before people stand on them?
We got Has Hawthorne.
Wait, just behind him.
Oh yeah, her. Come on, Ham.
Oh, sorry.
Ashton will be near the front as well, mostly because he's just quick.
We've got Has Hawthorne, Ash off to the side. So Luma's kind of like maybe towards the back, getting distracted.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Harry. I didn't see what you
Hey ho. Hey ho. You know what? Can I just play with like with Gremlin a little bit? Like have my arms in a circle, have him walk circles and such.
Sure, you can try and teach him some tricks if you like, as far back as possible. Cool. So Harry is way back on his own. So I'm guessing kind of Has Hawthorne, Ash, Watermill with the dagger poking around, Luma's poking around, and Harry's just like hanging back. Yeah?
Yep. Sounds good to me.
Cool. Can I get Has Hawthorne, Ash, and Harry to roll me a acrobatics check,
Oh.
please?
Ha! Nice.
This is for everyone.
Holy shit, Nat
So
20.
you
Guys-
don't need to, Luma, because you've stopped to look for bugs.
I don't know if all of the half elves have that Windright's intuition on their thing. That gives you
Yes.
advantage,
Yes.
which is really good since my first roll was in that one.
Ash is. Whatever's just happened, Ash is fine.
Yeah, Ashley's fucking flying right now.
So who was rolling?
Not you, because you're poking things with a dagger.
Yeah.
Cool. So Artemil and Luma are the only two that have managed to disturb the slimy vines. Luma's been rooting around looking for bugs, and Artemil's been poking vines with a dagger. Everybody else has been stepping over quite easily, you know, not enjoying the stinky slime that's at their feet, but being able to climb over. Unfortunately, Luma and Artemil, you are now restrained by vines unless you can roll me, and I've not got my page open, so bear with me. Unless you can roll me a strength saving throw, please.
Oh.
Oh shit.
I think I got that.
So I rolled a lucky 7 and got.
Well,
Oh, nice.
So I guess Luma just rips out the vines
Yeah.
like, "Ugh, this is
Luma
stupid.
Yeah, Luma is so used to slimy, gross things. The vines, she can deal with them pretty easily. Unfortunately, Artemil is considered restrained and has disturbed a vine blight. Can you please all roll initiative for me?
Oh, Christ.
Wow. That's bad. Has.
I know. She says it out loud as well. No, she doesn't.
Just wanted to make that joke.
Yeah, I just simply had to.
So we have Haru on 2. We have Luma 8. We have Catherine on 10. We have
Sorry, I
Fan on 15. And we have Ash on 21. Cool. Oh, sorry, and as well. Cool. As you guys carry on walking, you hear Watermill behind you let out a small shriek. You all turn around to notice that she is completely ensnared from the waist down with these thick, slimy vines. And you can see that her movement has been completely stopped, and she looks like she's in a lot of pain. Ash, you are up first. What are you going to do?
Oh my gosh. Flip's sake. I'm gonna get my scimitar. I'm gonna go over to her and just start hacking at one of the vines.
Cool, roll for attack.
I think what I'll do as well, since they're vines, I'm going to cast my cantrip Green Flame Blade.
Ooh, nice.
Oh shit!
Ooh, is that flame?
That naturally hits. What does it do?
Make a melee attack with the weapon on a hit, so I have to still hit as usual. You haven't. Do I get an attack bonus? Is that just my proficiency bonus?
Yeah, I guess so.
Scimitar is at dexterity as well.
Yeah, it's a dexterity or strength.
Scimitar is finesse, is therefore dexterity. So that's dexterity plus proficiency if you're proficient with your scimitar.
It's
Yeah,
a
it
martial
is, I
weapon,
think.
isn't it? So
Yeah.
so it's roll plus 8.
Damn.
Oh god, I've got the 8. 13 to hit.
Oh, just hit.
Yes.
So what happens with your blue bladed? What's
My
it?
green flame blade.
Put your blue baby sword.
On the hit, the target suffers the attack's normal effects. So I think it's 1d6.
Mm-hmm.
And then fire leaps to a different creature you can see within 5 feet of the original target, which I guess would be another vine. That's
Yeah, so there was a vine that tried to attack Luma. You can attack that one.
yep. The fire's damage equals your spellcasting ability modifier, so it's 1d6 plus. So 1d6 for the actual thing, and my spellcasting ability is intelligence, so plus 4. So it's 4 fire damage.
Cool.
Let me get my d6 and 4 just regular damage.
Is that -4 on each of the vines? Or was that...
I don't know. It just says the target suffers the attack's normal effects.
Yeah, and then the fire jumps to a different one.
I don't know if that.
Yeah, that means that you attack one and the other one gets fire damage.
Yeah.
Okay, so
the
yeah,
one
4.
that's got- sorry.
From how I read it, at least.
Yeah, so the one that's got Glyn's captured has taken -4 from the scimitar, but then the other one's taken -4 fire damage from the spell.
Yeah.
Yeah? Cool. Hang on. Cool. Next, it is the turn of the vine. Oh, was that the end of your turn? Sorry.
Yeah.
So next, it's the turn of the vine that's got Watermill held, restrained. I'm sorry, guys. I keep getting my words. It is going to use an attack called Constrict, which gets to roll 11, 15 to hit. Does that get you?
Yep.
Amazing. I mean, sorry, bad.
Oh no.
2. It is giving you 2d6 plus 2 bludgeoning. That's 7, 8. So it's 9 bludgeoning damage.
Oh shit, yeah, I should roll my homunculus, my gremlin as well.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Oh my goodness. I'm glad you guys are paying attention. Thanks.
That was 9 damage, right?
That was 9 damage, yeah.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, you're kind of weak, aren't you, as well? I don't want to kill you this early on. This is meant to be a half challenge.
Did you use Kobold Fight Club for it?
I don't know what that is, though.
It's software to figure out how challenging a fight is.
No, I used the monster handbook thing.
Ah.
It's official. Cool. So, Glyn, on your next go, if you want to try and break the grapple, you can just roll your DC strength, a strength save as your action. By the way. Cool. So, Gremlin is 3. Thank you. What did I say your bat familiar was called? I can't remember.
It is
Again with an M. It was like Morning.
Money.
It's Elvish for darkness. Cool. So Watermelon is looking pretty hurt.
Oh, did it hurt her feelings?
Yeah, sorry about that. We're gonna move on to Hazathan.
Well,
So you can see there is one vine like flapping around, looking like it could do some damage, and one is currently restricting your friend.
let me quickly check the age of Or.
10 years old, younger than you. You're the oldest.
In that case, that's one of the kids that I don't really like protecting. So with a very, very deep sigh, I will pull out my quarterstaff.
Mm-hmm.
And let me quickly check if that was correct. Yes, it is a first 17, which is nearly mature for half elf.
Mm-hmm.
I'll two-hand my thingy, my quarterstaff, and I'll just like bash into the bottom of like one of the vines.
And was that a 17 to hit, sorry?
No, that's age.
Oh, cool.
To hit will be 16.
Yeah, that hits.
And then, because I'm using it two-handed, that's 1d10 of damage.
Go for
Just
it.
a plain d10 because it's... Wait, no. Quarterstaff is dex-based, right?
I assume so.
No, it's not.
Get it up. Although isn't dex if it's finesse, is it? I don't think so.
No, it's versatile, so that means I can use it two-handed for more damage. In that case, it's just my strength, which means it's still at 9.
So 9 damage.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm so bad at math. Would you like to do anything else, or is that the end of your go?
That's the end of my go. I'll just like yell at Or one more time, like, couldn't you take care of yourself for just once?
So the vine's kind of, there's bits like starting to split open, but it's still holding on pretty tight. It's now your go, Autumnal.
Let's see.
Bullthorn, you're coming up next. So you can...
Otmil is actually going to... So I'm presuming it's only from the waist down that she's trapped?
Yeah, so you're considered restrained, which means you can't move, but you can still attack, I believe. I'm just looking it up very quickly.
What she is actually going to do is the fire that... the flame still burning from the fire damage?
Oh, I don't know. Does it work like that?
I have no idea.
Ashkelin?
It just says it loops to the next target.
Well, I'm going to assume that it's still burning, so...
In
So
which
the other
case,
one's on fire.
Set
Yeah,
everyone
so-
on fire.
I'm
Ultimate-
going to... Go on.
Ultimate's going to use control flames and
Nice.
basically expand the flame onto the other vine that was waving around and hit her.
Cool. Oh, so that was the one that was already on fire. The
So
one
she
that's kind
was
of waving
to,
around that tried to get Luma. Do you mean that one?
yeah. So basically, oh, hang on. So the last one that's not on fire is the one that's
The one
wrapped
that's
around
on
her.
The one that's wrapped around you.
Okay, she's not gonna set herself on fire.
Why not?
Instead, what she'll do is just start attacking the one that's wrapped around her with a dagger.
Cool. So, whilst you're restrained, you can attack the creature, but you have disadvantage on the roll.
Well, shit. I would have preferred the first roll. So that will be quite possibly a hell no, because that's a 4 plus 1 plus proficiency, which is, yeah, that's an 8.
Yeah, no, that doesn't hit. So, you go to stab at the slimy vine, but your dagger just glances off of it.
Yeah.
Can you do anything else with your go, or is that it? Well done, sir.
Not on my go, but I can do something on my familiar's go.
Okay. That will be in a few goes. Cool, so that makes that the end of your go. Hothrin, it is your turn. So you can see the vine holding on to Autumnil is looking a bit damaged, but it's still holding on pretty tight. And then there's another vine that's flapping around that could become dangerous at any point.
Okay. Could I... I am going to use my war pick to try and you go for the vines and try and get them out. So
Sure. Roll to
Okay. Well, maybe not. That was a 7.
No. Sorry.
So maybe not. So instead, I'll start listing different types of rocks. You know, guys, in this area, there may be some sedimentary, and if we're very lucky, we'll see some shiny stones. And then there might be some pebbles, and we can draw faces on them. And
So Hawthorne takes one almighty swing with his war pick, and again it just glances off of the surface of this slimy, rotting vine.
damn.
And we move on to the second vine's go, which I would say all of the people that have had a go, you've moved quite close, haven't you?
Uh-oh.
Well, I two-handed with like a quite long quarterstaff.
Yeah, you're still within 15 foot though, hon.
Shit, yes.
So, I would like Ash, Haz, Autumnil, Hawthorne, and Luma. Basically, everyone that isn't Haru. I would like you all to make a strength saving throw because the second vine that is flailing around has shot up extra vines that are going to try and grab hold of you unless you can make a saving throw. Oh, Autumnil, you're already attached, so maybe... I don't know if you can be attached twice. Oh no, it says you can only do one. How's what you got?
I rolled a 2, and what save was it?
Strength saving throw, please.
That's a 2 in total.
+2. Okay. That means that Ashtilin and Hazathan, you are also now restrained by the second vine. So it shot out 2 vines from its base. So you are now considered restrained, which means you cannot move, and any attacks you make on the vine are with disadvantage. That is the end of that vine's turn. Luma! There are 2 vines in total, but one of them has managed to catch hold of 2 people that you know, and one has got hold of one person you know and is slightly damaged. What you gonna do? Luma?
Well, like, was it for me? Sorry.
So, you can currently see Autumnil is stuck in one vine that has been damaged by some other people, but is still restrained. And Ashtilin and Hazathan are now also restrained by the second vine that was near you that tried to attack you, and you escaped. So 3 people are restrained and could get hurt.
Okay, so I did. I guess I should spray.
Say that again, sorry, you broke up.
I should use poison spray.
Sophie, can you type, because you keep breaking up for me, I can't really hear you.
Oh, okay.
Oh, poison spray. Yes, you can. I heard you say poison, but then I didn't hear any of the words.
Yeah.
Yes, you may use poison spray. How is that going to affect the vine?
So, yeah. Poison.
Cool. So roll for the damage then.
Oh,
I didn't hear what you said again, Sophie, sorry. Oh, they get a con save. Cool, thank you. What is my constitution? It rolled a 5. Well, 5 total.
okay.
So I think that's low. So roll your damage. 3 damage. Heal. So that is on. Was that on the vine that tried to attack you? Yeah, that one counts as a single creature. It's just got 2 branching bits. There's another one next to it that counts as a single creature as well.
Okay.
Cool. I don't know whether to be mean or not. If it's a puff of poison, would it affect the people that are being restrained by the vine?
Yes.
I feel that I need to make them do a Constitution saving throw. So that would be Hazathan and Ashtilin.
Great.
Can you please make a Constitution saving throw?
Nat 20.
Just sprayed poison in your face. Did you just say nat 20 again? Ashtilin is just untouchable.
So could you roll that same dice for me?
Yeah.
Constitution saving throw. Yeah. So it seems like I'm gonna have to kill that Luma thing. That was a 7 total.
Oh yeah, roll another d12 then I'll add the extra damage. What did you say, 7 total? Uh-oh. Cool, save my extra 5. Thank you. So that vine is looking pretty damaged as well. I think you've managed to poison Hazathan though. So, Haz, you take 8 points of poison damage. She's gonna hate the little kids even more.
No, there's another fun plan.
Oh god, please don't kill everyone else.
No, not everyone. There's still half elves here. I'm at least somewhat responsible for my image back home.
So Luma, is there anything else that you can do, or is that the end of your go? End of go. Cool. we are moving on then to Morny, the bat familiar of Artemil.
Rightio.
What can your bat do?
Annoyingly, not attack. Nothing real useful.
You can just fly around shrieking and like drop some guano on one of the vines if you want.
I'll get it to just look around for any more threats in the area.
Sure, so you're flying up high to have a look around?
Yep.
Cool.
Just to see if there's anything useful in the area.
Yeah, you can see some more vines and some more trees. Looks like a forest.
Yep.
Is that all you can do?
Pretty much. Yep.
Cool. We'll move on to Gremlin then, the homunculus of Hazafan.
Ah.
Yep, it's a forest, alright.
I'm kind of debating here.
Mm-hmm. Oh, who went?
Sabina.
Yeah, she's back.
Welcome back, Sabina.
Sorry, I accidentally went to a different voice chat.
That's cool. Go on, Timo, what were you saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Homunculus saw that Luma poisoned me, right?
Mm-hmm. If it's your little pet, it would have been paying attention.
Also, it has a telepathic bond to me, so that it senses what I sense.
Mm-hmm.
So it will bite Luma.
Okay. Can it make a bite attack?
Yeah, of course. That's a 23.
Luma, does that hit you?
Yeah.
The thing is, it does just 1 piercing damage.
Okay.
But
Luma, you are being bitten by a small, leathery, kind of lizard bat-looking creature that you've noticed is sitting on Hazathan's shoulder most of the time. You take one.
Shit. Better in bed. Yeah.
also con save
Oh, I have a con save.
Oh, cool.
at DC 10, so not that hard to beat, but
Yeah, I only got an 8. So. Okay, so
in
I
that case,
just
you're poisoned too for a minute. In that case, the homunculus poisons you.
but poison.
So what's she taking in damage? Just 1 piercing damage, did you say?
Yeah, literally just 1 piercing damage. There's no roll for this, it's just 1.
Okay. The Luma, that fucking thing just bit you. But luckily it's not hurt you too bad. Is that the end of Gremlin's go? Can a Gremlin do anything else?
Yeah, Gremlin is just doing that and then flying up.
Cool. So Gremlin flies up very quickly out of the way. And Haru, we are finally on your turn. What would you like to do? You can see that Hazathan and Ashtilian are caught by a... No? Who was it that was caught by the vine? I've not written it down.
Me.
Yeah. Are caught by a vine that's near Luma. The vine is coming from one base, so that's one creature. It's looking pretty damaged. The other one, Autumnal, is caught in, which is also looking pretty damaged. What would you like to do, Haru?
I would like to use Sacred Flame on the closest one to me.
You were kind of way at the back one. I'm going to say that the...
But wait. I am at the back, but I have Quick Step, which means that I can be quick in getting to the front lines to help others in need, and my movement is increased by 5 feet.
Nice. I would say that you can make out to the one. Luma kind of was at the back looking. So you can go to that one, which is holding the 2 people. What does your... Yeah, exactly. I was going to ask about the... what does your fire do?
Dex save for them.
Yeah. And for the vine as well?
I mean for the... Oh, actually... I didn't think whether I'm actually targeting them as well. No, so I'm only gonna go for the vine, and the vine should pass a dex save.
Cool, so you're kind of going like base of the middle of the two bits of vine with the fire, yeah?
Yeah.
So dex save, so it rolled a 9. Oh, it has a -1, so 8 total.
Mine is 15.
Nice. So
and then they get 2d8. Just give me 1 second. Ooh, that's not bad. 6 plus 8, 14. Yeah.
So -14 damage.
Yeah.
Amazing. You managed to set. Oh shit! I put it on the wrong one. That was exactly the HP that it had left. So you notice the fire kind of making its way down into the roots of the vine, and you hear kind of a broken little cry come from the vines that you weren't expecting as they shrivel back and start to turn into ash, releasing Chillin and Hazathan, who are now no longer restrained. There is now one vine left with Autumnal stuck in there. Chillin, we are now back to the top of the round, and it is your game.
Wait, DM. I get an extra attack when I actually attack.
Nice. Do an extra attack.
Can I attack the other vine with the same cantrip, please?
Sure. I would say that they're pretty close to one another, so I would imagine it's in range. Go for it.
They need to roll a dex save.
It rolled a natural 1.
Okay. Then 9 damage.
Cool. You see the flames go into the roots again, but it's just holding on by the very last bits of the green that's flaking away at the bottom of it. Ultimately still considered restrained, but only just. Is that the end of your go, Harry?
Yeah.
Cool. Ash, we are back to you. What you gonna do? You can see the Autumnal is stuck in... it's stuck in the remaining vine, but it is looking pretty dreadful right now.
So am I free?
Yep, you are now free because your lovely friend Haru has burnt the shit out of the vine that you were restrained by.
I give Haru a thumbs up. And then I'm going to go back to annoyingly hacking at these other vines. So I won't do this green flame, I'll just attack.
Roll for your damage then. Hi.
Well, no, I still have to roll to hit.
Oh, roll to hit. That's what I said. I've only got 2 gins.
Alright, just 8, so not 20.
Amazing. Everybody is staring at Chillin as he raises his double-bladed scimitar and slices the disgusting rotten vine clear from the ground. And again, you hear a shriek that you didn't expect to come from a plant like that. And Autumnal, you are finally free.
You just watched Autumnal step out from the vines and then start spreading the fire around to all of them.
He mad.
So all of the surrounding slimy, rotten vines start shrinking back and shrieking. And you notice that as they disappear backwards, they all go back to the same tree that looks rotted and gnarled and evil, if a tree could look evil. They all disappear.
And let's go.
Guys, that tree totally looks like evil or whatever.
So Autumnal's gonna keep a good distance away from the tree, but just keep daisy chaining with controlling the fire and just pushing it closer and closer to the tree.
Nice. The tree eventually will go up in flames, with a distant screaming as it starts to fall to the floor.
You just see like the tiny little half elf just nod her head as if she's done something important, and then just turn and walk away.
Everybody looks on, slightly bemused at how scary she can be. And the tree kind of, as the fire dies back, kind of turns to just embers on this horrible, rotten tree. Fabulous. You all kind of gather back together, all a little bit shocked and frightened and checking that one another are okay. Autumnal is looking a little bit ruffled. She's taken some damage. You kind of decide to press on west, so you keep the river to your left. Can I get you all to roll perception for me, please? Oh yeah, how's the sound been?
What am I doing perception-wise? Holy shit, I've got perception.
You're not used to that.
No.
Yeah.
Aww.
Well done, pretty boy.
I'm like totally distracted by these really cool rocks I found. They're really cool. I may
What
have
kind of
watched the
rocks are-
episode. I may have watched the episode of My Little Pony where Pinkie Pie's sister rocks up, literally, and that may be heavily influencing my character choices tonight.
I'm loving it, so it's all great.
What kind of rocks are they?
Huh?
What
What
kind of rocks?
what kind of
are
rocks?
they? Well, like, there's gabbro rocks and basalt rocks and quartz rocks.
Please don't get
and
him started.
hornblendite rocks and icelandite rocks, and if we're really lucky, a kimberlite rock.
All of you that have rolled a 12 or higher, you can hear in the distance. You can hear in the distance a barking noise.
Barking?
Doggy!
As you kind of catch the noise in the distance, it gets louder and louder and seems to be coming right for you. It sounds, whatever is making this noise, it's pretty big and powerful.
Shit.
Do I get to use that as a spell, or do I get to use that ordinarily?
How close is it?
You look back, those that have noticed the barking, and you can see in amongst the trees a pretty decent sized dog running directly for the group, barking like mad, sharp teeth bared and red eyes glaring.
I'll be using beast speech,
Cool.
and then I'm just going to double check what I can do with that.
You can then speech the beast.
Yes, but I'm just double checking based on my value what I'm going to wind up being able to do.
It also depends what kind of beast it can talk to.
If it's a natural animal, I should be fine.
Some kind of dog that
Audible will just shout out, what do you want?
The dog
Using
is
beast
gonna
speech.
cool. The dog is gonna continue running at you, and as soon as it hears you shout, it's going to disappear completely from sight.
Can I use a bonus action as like a response to him disappearing?
In what sense?
I want to cast Earthly Protection on myself.
Yeah, sure.
Rock armor!
You all stand there, kind of bemused.
wait, can you use bonus action to imprint prey?
Sure.
But it disappeared.
Oh, okay.
Hey, work.
Okay, so I guess I can't use it anymore. then.
It might be that you can convince her of being able to use it just as it disappears.
Maybe.
I
Can I use it just as it disappears?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
It disappears, so go on, what does your imprint pray do?
So it's imprinted in my mind until it dies, or I use the trait again. And when tracking it, you double the result of your... Well, it says intuition die here, but what it is.
Yeah.
But when it's 6 feet of you, I have a sense of location, whether it's hidden or not.
Okay. That's interesting. Does it say like what kind of animal it counts prey? Does it say like a beast or does it
Creature.
say anything? Just a
Creature.
Okay. So I would say, Luma, you get a strange tingling feeling, but you're not quite sure what's going on. And suddenly the dog reappears just near you, Luma, barking and drooling and looking absolutely rabidly scary. And it gives you a nice long lick up the side of your face.
Yay!
My face!
Yeah.
It's Troy!
Luma, you are greeted with a disgusting, kind of drooly, slightly smelly dog creature.
Yuck.
Sits its ass down next to you, big sharp teeth bared, sniffing at your face.
I'm narrowing my eyes at it and try to talk to it. Does it understand if I talk?
What language do you talk to it in?
Common. What do you want?
It cocks its head and looks at you, but doesn't really seem to be able to respond to you or know what you're saying. It's happily sniffing at your face, trying to lick at you another couple.
Yeah, I'm just trying to look it up and down. I'm usually used to insects, like worms and bugs, and this is big. This is furry. Worm. What I'm used to. What does it want? It's more gross.
Yeah, it would be pretty off-putting for you, I imagine. The dog's not really getting anything from Luma, so it kind of gets up, ambles around, has a smell of some different people, walks up to Pretty Boy, has a bit of a smell, cocks its head.
Can I stroke the pretty?
Yeah, you can go ahead and stroke it.
Hey, pretty.
It seems to like having its ears scratched.
Hi.
Meanwhile, Hazavan and Ornella.
Guys, you shouldn't throw rocks. They're very emotionally sensitive.
I'm gonna kick a rock, staring him dead in the eyes.
The dog chases after the rock.
And bites it.
You guys, rocks have feelings too. Like, jeez.
Not as much as insects.
I kick another rock.
So the dog's gonna kind of chase the rock for a bit, gonna wander over, have a sniff at Hazafan.
Hi, dog. I try to pet it, but seeing as my hands are completely covered with living rocks, I'm not sure how much I get to pet it.
Yeah, the dog's going to be a little bit concerned, but it will still kind of gingerly offer you its head. It really likes its ears being scratched.
I'll carefully scratch its ears.
The dog looks pretty happy. You can see its thin, whippy tail is, wagging.
Oh wait, it doesn't. If I throw a stick.
Say again, sorry?
If I throw a stick, does it run?
You can try.
Yeah.
Cool. It is going to take one look at the stick and go chasing off. 2 seconds later, it's completely disappeared from sight. No one can see where it's gone. And it appears, as if from nowhere, right next to Luma with the stick in its mouth.
That was pretty quick. She says, and like kind of pat its head slightly.
The dog looks pretty happy with itself. Yes, have a fan. You can punch, or if you want.
Well, she threw a rock at me.
I'm gonna say if it's a punch, do you want to do a straight strength?
Sounds-
You know
That's-
what? Roll.
15 to hit.
Cool.
Yep.
Also, how am I doing damage-wise, seeing as my entire arm is covered in rock?
Yeah, I don't know. Does it say anything about your weakness?
It doesn't specify it. It specifies as you conjure living armor from the earth and stone around you. At 3rd level, you gain +1 AC. This increases to +2 AC at level 5, and so on and so forth.
I would say when you roll for damage, you could roll 2 of the dice that you're meant to roll, maybe.
Okay, and then follow-up question: what dice do I roll for a punch?
Oh. I don't know. Rosie, what would you suggest?
Can you repeat the second part of that? Because it got lost in typing.
What would you recommend for rolling for just a punch attack? For, like, damage?
Unarmed strike. So just like I'd just roll a dex and add your strength or something simple.
Yeah.
And then do like a d6 of damage maybe. Depends, how much do you want them to kill each other?
I don't really, but I just...
You lie! You do! You came to the DM club, you sat in the chair, you promised to kill your players within a month!
I'll specify that it's non-lethal.
There you go.
Okay. How about do a d6 of damage then? You're punching, but you're not trying to kill.
I'm awfully fanatic for not trying to kill, seeing as that's 6 damage.
Fucking Autumnil is like on half health. Stop trying to kill people.
Hey, he threw a rock at my face.
She threw up at your face.
She threw a rock at my face.
I'm very sorry. You've just taken 6 damage.
I'm now half of the half.
Jesus. Or is like the most pathetic of you all. By the way, guys. The dog is looking a bit bored with you guys. It looks like it's thinking about...
I actually wanted to try to convince the dog well, we are looking for Ash's adoptive parent, right? So can we convince the dog to try to sniff out something that's similar to Ash?
Ooh.
I'm sure they smell similar, right?
That sounds good. How are you going to try and communicate this to the dog?
Well, Luma is not the smartest person.
Would anybody like to try anything to try and get this dog on their side?
I want to talk Sylvan to it, just to try, because it's an animal.
Cool. What are you going to say?
Hey, could you sniff at Ash and I'll point at Ash as I say that, to see if you can find something that smells like Ash?
Immediately, as you start talking, Hazathan, the dog stops and stares at you as if it's listening to every word that you say, and then walks over to Ash and starts sniffing.
Goodbye.
Tried like the one language that it can understand.
Ha! Yes!
Yeah. Meanwhile, Luma, who hasn't understood any of that, is still pushing Ash to the dog towards the dog.
Aura is sulking by a tree. Ash is trying to tell the dog to go away. Ash, you are confronted by a pretty hefty-sized dog sniffing you up and down. Its nose is in your armpit right now. It's trying to get a really good scent.
Get off!
It's finished sniffing and it turns to look at Hazathan and kind of cocks its head as if to, you know, ask what's next. Uh-oh. That's okay. I'm going to say that Hazathan talks to the dog in Sylvan and tells it what you guys just said. So the dog is, you know, it's kind of looking like it's interested in Hazathan. It's still, you know, maybe going to stick around with you guys for a bit, but it's definitely picked up a scent from Ash and decides to have a bit of a smell around in the forest. I'm doing head actions as if the dog is.
Yep.
It's I'm there, damn it. It's having a sniff around in the trees, looking at the roots, and it suddenly lifts its head and points with its nose and with a front foot kind of half lifted from the floor and barks a couple of times. You notice that it is pointing west down the stream of the river the way that you've been heading.
Or I'll just get it up and walk along the riverbank.
Are you guys going to follow?
Yes.
Yeah. Keep that dog away from me.
The dog is going to kind of trot beside you guys every now and then, having a little snuffle on Ash.
Ugh.
You think maybe to get the scent again or maybe to annoy you. You can't really tell. Every now and then as you're walking, the dog completely disappears. It blinks out of existence and then appears maybe 20 foot ahead of you, having a good sniff around on the floor again. You are now walking through forest that has no more of the disgusting, thick, slimy vines that are rotting on the floor. You notice that as you walk, especially the half-elves, you notice this, there are more half-in trees. You'll remember from the description at the beginning, because you guys remember this. Half-in trees are where the half-elves have their houses in the roots. And your Aarakocra friend recommended that you find a half-in tree temple.
Ooh. Let's have a look.
Or I'll have a look around to see if she sees anything.
Cool. Anybody that wants to have a good investigate of the area, can you roll an investigation for me to have a look around this area? Bleep.
That will be that. So.
Okay. Oh, I suck. There's no rocks, I'm not interested.
Is that Ash not looking?
No.
Oh, okay, sorry.
He's
I was
not.
waiting for Ash to
He just wants to find his mom.
Haru, you would notice first, off in the distance. Once my computer loads. Off in the distance,
Yes.
through the roots of the trees, you see an entrance to a building, kind of hidden amongst the roots.
I start walking towards that and tell them, "Follow me."
Hello, follow me.
That was my attempt at a teenager whose voice hasn't broken yet.
I love it. It was perfection. Cool. I'm loving the water and mud dog things that are going on. You're fine, Sad. Cool. So, Haru notices this entrance under one of the trees and turns to you guys, points out to you, and starts walking towards it. Would you like to all walk towards the entrance?
Yes.
Or I'll follow along.
Yeah.
And we'll assume that Haz is there as well as Morny and Gremlin and Dog that I haven't got a name yet. You all push your way through a rather dusty tunnel entrance and find yourself inside an open-topped temple. There is a coolness that hangs in the air, and everything is covered with green. You notice in the center a ginormous tree grows in the middle of the temple. There's mossy growth under your feet. There's strong roots from the half-inch tree in the center, and there's lots of broken masonry around as well from the walls, where plants have obviously damaged the stonework and it's fallen into the inside of the temple. What would you guys like to do whilst you're in here?
Or I'll just look around and investigate anything that appears interesting.
Cool. Would you like to investigate kind of mossy lumps, or the roots under the tree, or the piles of rubble? What do you think?
We'll probably look more at around the roots of the tree itself.
Cool. You can roll an investigation for me. Anyone else that wants to help as well?
What am I rolling?
Hello. We are inside the horseman tree temple that you thought about, the Arakocra even, and Or is investigating the tree.
I'd like to investigate as well.
And you've got enough for 20. Okay.
I rolled because I heard that we were rolling, so.
Haru's kind of stood back, not really sure what's going on right now. He finds a pretty leaf. Haru, you have a pretty leaf. Or kind of starts looking in the roots, but Hazathan kind of nudges her out the way and discovers some items wrapped in a cloak.
I pull them out.
You open up the cloak, and inside you find a selection of items that you recognise must be the Arakocra's effects that it had hidden in the temple. You find, and you might want to make a note of these, I can write these down as well, find 3 potion of healing, 1 bottle of some sort of sticky fluid that you're not sure what it is. You find a great sword, a light crossbow, a net, and the cloak itself seems to sparkle slightly.
Wait, so it's 3 potions of
I'm gonna
healing?
write it.
I'm definitely taking one of those potions for myself. You know what? I'll hand Ash the great sword.
No.
Okay, I'll offer it to Haru then. Like, would you want it? Haru?
Yeah, sorry.
Would you like a great sword?
No, thank you.
Okay, in that
I'm
case,
scared.
or do you want it?
Or just pokes her tongue out at you.
Pretty boy?
What
Okay.
are you offering again?
A great sword.
Is it really great?
I still have it in my hands, Luma.
You can try to take it off you.
She can try.
Luma, how are you going to try and take it? Are you forcing it from him, or are you trying to sneak it away whilst he's...
You know what? I'll hand off the sticky fluid as she's trying to grab it.
Well, so you're going to give it to her?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
If she's going for it, I'll hand it to her. Then I'll hand the net to Haru because, well, Haru just claimed that she wanted it. Then Ash gets the cloak. Apparently, I take the great sword and the potions.
Did you say that you take one for yourself, as in taking it, or you take them? As in, they're in your
To be fair, I think I'm consuming 2 of them and stuff the last one like in a pouch.
Cool. Well, they're 2d4 plus 2.
So that's then. Well, you know what? I'll hand that last one to Or, like as a sorry for the punch kind of gesture.
Or's gonna also have a really good look at the cloak.
That's in Ash's hands, by the way.
Yeah.
I guess she can
Doesn't
still
stop her
look
putting
at
her face right next to it to have a look.
What are you trying to work out about the cloak?
Sparkling.
Cool. Do you want to roll an investigation, or would you like to roll an arcana check?
She'll do an arcana.
Cool.
Let me just look to that. Yep. That will be 13 arcana.
Well, that's pretty good. You've so how's it back to health fab? Or you recognise this from a book that you read that you have back at your residence. This seems to be a cloak of invigoration, and it adds 20 temporary hit points to the wearer. Does not need to be attuned.
Damn. Wait, do I know that Or is good at that magic identification stuff? Oh wait, I'm good at Arcana as well. Can I check the greatsword and the crossbow, because those haven't been stolen from me yet?
Sure, roll an Arcana.
Is that an Arcana for each, or?
Yeah.
Okay, in that case,
Good.
for the greatsword, that's a not natural 20.
Nice. Yeah, 20 extra hit points whilst you're wearing the cloak. You look at the great sword, you weigh it about in your hand, you turn it, you look at it every way that you can in the light. It's a sword.
Okay, and then for the crossbow, it's a 21 total.
Cool. Again, you do the same with the crossbow. Really close look at it. That is a crossbow.
So everybody is stealing stuff from me except the stuff that I can't actually use.
We can use it, you're just probably not
I'm not.
in it.
I'm
You
not.
might shoot someone in the leg with it.
I'm not proficient with it, and it's. You know what? I'll actually keep them on me.
Okay.
I have a good idea. All of a sudden.
So Hazathan attaches a great sword and a light crossbow to it somehow. Luma, would you like? I don't know what is it that you're trying to work. Well, have you opened the sticky fluid? Because it's a sealed bottle. Are you opening it to check it out?
Yeah.
Cool. As you open the cork of the sticky bottle, the top of the fluid catches fire.
Ooh.
If you want to roll, I would recommend an
Arcana?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's not going to go well. It's a fire bottle.
Yeah. It smells funny and it makes fire come out when you take the cork off. That's kind of what you can tell.
Or
Okay, I mean,
have a look as well.
that's good enough.
Did you say Automel's going to have a look?
Yep.
Bluma, are you going to let him? Her?
Not going to.
What was that?
I'm going to let her have a look, but not going to hand it. Just like show it in my hand.
So, or do a
Blame that
Arcana
terrible
check.
roll on the fact that people aren't sharing.
I love that you're all proper sulky teenagers and kids. You're just like, nope, this is mine. This is mine. This is mine.
Yeah.
We're on a quest together to do something great, but fuck am I letting you have my rocks?
Yeah.
We're kids.
You
No,
stole
no.
it from me.
Or
But
you...
it's mine now.
I can just imagine like, nanny.
You little twit. And with that, I'll just Ooh, I can make my own cloak, actually. I'll wait with that.
So Or is having a look at the bottle in Luma's hand. Or you can also tell that it's a bottle of some weird sticky liquid that smells funny, and when you take the cork out, the bit that's touching air catches fire.
She just pouts because she's having a hard time getting a look.
Yeah. And also she realizes that she's probably as good as a 6-year-old. Oh no, sorry, Luna's 9. A 9-year-old half-orc. Hazathan would like to take a look as well, Luna.
Well, I'm not actually asking. That was out of game asking the DM if that's at all possible.
Oh, what? Can you take a look?
Yeah.
Yeah, you kind of have to get close enough to Luma to see.
In that case, I'll walk over to Luma and take a look.
Cool. Luma, if you're going to let him, then she can do an other check as well. Damn gendering people.
We're all just superbly gender fluid right now.
No.
So can I or not? Because I don't.
Yeah.
Gas keeps cutting out. I don't hear it.
I'm gonna say yes.
Yeah, just have a look.
There you go.
Okay, in that case, it's a 19 total.
Cool. You recognize the bottle as the lid is taken off. You notice that the liquid that is making contact with air catches fire, which tells you that this is Alchemist Flame.
Fuck.
My computer crashed, so I no longer have the thing up. So I will have to find it for you.
I have it for you.
I did have the page up, but everything crashed.
Ah, DM life.
I know, it's sucky.
Do you mean the Alchemist's Fire?
Oh, I said flame, didn't I? Yep, that one.
It's basically a Molotov cocktail at that point.
Yeah. So Luma, you have in your hand some Alchemist's Fire.
Which I don't tell her.
Oh. So Luma, you still think it smells funny and the top catches fire. Hazard knows what it is, but hasn't told you.
Yeah. I just pocket the bottle.
It is pretty cool, so even if you don't know what it is,
Yeah.
then, you know.
I can still throw it at people.
Cool. Has everybody grabbed what they want then?
I did.
Um,
Oh, well, I did what I could, not what I wanted.
Autumnil, did you take the healing potion that you were handed?
She's holding it, but she hasn't drunk it yet.
Okay, cool. That's good to know. Luma, I noticed before we started handing out things, you were looking in the rubble for insects. Was that a yes? Yeah?
That was a yes.
Hey, you came through really clear that time. Cool. So whilst this is all going on, Luma's gotten a little bit bored after the flamey bottle of joy, and is rooting around in the rubble. Unfortunately, as the rubble moves, there's a small kind of rock slide, and you notice something that doesn't quite look like a rock start moving. Camouflaged in the stones, you see a strange worm-like creature that begins to stir. The creature rolls up on the back part of its body, writhing, unfurling 4 tentacles and revealing a hungry, snapping beak in the center.
Is
Can I
it
get
a
everyone
baby
else to roll?
kraken?
Oh, I love that idea. Can everyone else roll perception to see if you notice Luma being faced down by this strange, slightly snappy worm thing?
Give me 1 second.
Wait, what am I rolling?
Perception to see if you've noticed that Luma's disturbed some slightly strange creature. I will tell you. It classes as a monstrosity. Okay, cool. So, Or is not really paying much attention. You know, she's still feeling a bit rough, considering whether to take her potion.
Too busy
Everybody else
pulling
is-
faces.
Yeah, too busy pulling faces at other people. Everybody else turns and sees that Luma has disturbed something kind of strange looking. That is, oh wow, Harry definitely sees. This creature is probably almost as big as Luma, and its beak is very close to her face. It is going to take an attack of surprise on you because it's been sat there watching you the whole time, camouflage.
Shit.
And then I'm going to get you all to roll initiative. So it's going to make an attack with its tentacles, which if it hits, it then gets to make an attack with its jaws. So it's 15 to hit. Luma, does that get you?
Yeah.
Cool. So, Luma, you have been you've been grabbed hold of by some slashing tentacles, which deal you 12 points of damage.
Oh wow, that's bad.
That is bad, especially seeing as once it's hit you with its tentacles, it can attack you with its beak as well. So it's going to attack you again.
Okay.
This isn't a challenge too. Jesus, this is really mean too. It rolled a 2, so it tries to hit you with a 4.
No.
So it slashes at you with its tentacles, but its jaws, its snapping beak, manages to
Yeah.
miss your arm that the tentacles slashed. Can I get everyone to roll that would like to join in and that has noticed, or you haven't noticed yet? Can I get everyone to roll initiative, please?
Has anyone said anything, or are they just silently jumping in here?
If they choose to shout at you, they can.
Well, did you check your private messages, Aura?
Yeah, but I was not going to really take that as there's anything behind.
God damn it. Also, my initiative is a nat 1, so that makes a total of 2. Oh wait, I have the birdie thingy.
Birdie thingy?
The what's it called? Gremlin.
Oh,
Actually,
yeah,
speaking of,
Gremlin and Morny can roll. Well, Morny doesn't do an attack though, does she?
no, but she could spot stuff. But then again, she rolled a 6 initiative, so she's not even going to warn. Or
So we have.
Pretty boy will warn him. He'll be like, guys, there's a thing.
Mm,
oh, is that out loud?
Yeah.
okay, so
Is it another rock?
Radio.
I wish it was a rock.
Harry's
Oh,
on
bloody
2,
hell.
Harry is on 5.
Let me just adjust that because that's meant to be morning.
Oh, what Morny's the 6.
Yep, and I got 3 for
14. Oh, so 12 is Gremlin. 19. Ash again is flying. Hawthorne. Oh, you got 13, sorry. Awesome. So, Ash, you have noticed that Luma has been slashed by some horrible tentacles and the sharp pointy beak has tried to bite her arm off. What are you going to do?
Stab it in the beak.
Do it. Roll your attack.
I think that hit.
Yes, that definitely hits. Roll your damage. Ooh, damage.
2 damage.
Can you do anything else, Ash, or is that the end of your turn?
Let me see what else I can do. No, I think that'll be it for now. But if they try to disengage, I get opportunity attacks. So if they try to move away.
Cool, thank you. Luma, you get to attack the thing that just ripped at your arm. You thought it was a nice bug. It's not. It's horrible.
No, how dare it do that? Yeah, so I want to try to infest it with my bugs.
Do it.
And try to find it because I went down to get some cake.
You are forgiven for cake.
Okay. So it's okay, infestation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's a Constitution saving throw against probably 16.
It just rolled a natural 1. I'm not making. It did not make the save.
Okay, so I use my action to infest it. So now I will be able to deal. I guess it looks like quite nasty, so I will use like 3 population points to infest it. So 3 times D4 of necrotic damage.
Amazing. Do it.
But go quickly upstairs to roll it. I was trying to scavenge cake. I'll continue to scavenge cake. Okay, sorry.
We need to be able to shout and have cake 40.
What's happening now?
I don't know. I thought I was broken.
I'm rolling damage, so
That's cool.
Okay.
Gina, what was your damage from your doodah? Is it slashing or?
My damage from my doodah.
Yeah. Scimitar or whatever you say it.
Yeah, it's slashing.
Cool. I've just realised, and I'm really sorry that I forget to read things sometimes. It has a damage resistant to slashing from non-normal attacks.
Boo!
So
Half damage.
That -2 was nothing.
That's half, right? Resistance is half damage, right?
Oh, is it?
Immunity is 0.
Yeah.
I
Resistance
don't know.
is half.
So you did -1. Okay. So you still had it a little bit. There's 6 points of necrotic damage from the insect. Ew.
and it's now infested.
That seems to damage it a lot more than this did. Cool, so you can all now see this like weird, wormy, beaky, horrible tentacle creature in front of you is overrun with insects kind of on its skin and underneath it all moving around. And it looks pretty damaged from that attack. Luma, can you do anything else, or is that the end of your turn? Did you say that was the end?
Yes.
Cool, thank you. Hawthorne, what would you like to do to this weird, buggy tentacle thing?
Who?
Hawthorne.
Oh, yeah.
Brody.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Sorry, was just trying not to speak with a mouthful of bread, but then I started to slow it down the wrong hole. and that just didn't work. So hang on a minute.
Please don't endanger your life for D&D.
Every day, baby, every day.
Don't die yet. Session hasn't ended.
So I'm right in thinking that it's still attacking, yes?
Yeah, so it's still near Luma, looking like it wants to bite her face off.
Okay. Okay, I am going to do a gust of wind spell.
Nice.
Fuck it. So, each creature, that's the word, needs to pass a strength save or be pushed 15 feet away. So I'm going to try and aim it all at the creature. Shall I roll just to attack, just to see if I hit it or whatever?
If it's a spell,
Yeah.
then you can say that it's like automatically hit, and it will just go for the whatever its save was.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it's got a strength save.
Cool. So 9, 10. It got 11.
I think it was for a 15. It had to be.
Cool. So it does not make it.
Okay. So. About that. Okay, so a strong wind, up to 60 feet long and up to 10 feet wide, blasts from his hands and hits the creature full in the. I don't know. Guess I call it a face.
Yeah. What you would assume is its face.
Into the bitey area.
You are
Yeah.
disturbing us, dude. Ah!
What happens to it when it's hit? It gets pushed back. Or does it
Push
actually
back,
get damaged?
15 feet away.
Cool. If you'd like
Which
to, you
presumably
can kind
means
of...
it might, like, hit the wall because I don't think it's
Yeah.
close to the middle of the room.
Either you can smash it into a wall, or you start pushing out of the tunnel that you guys came in.
Ooh.
I'd say if you smash it into the wall, I'll let you do
will.
some damage to
I
it.
will smash it into the wall, hell yeah.
Nice.
Ah!
Roll a strength check and tell me what you rolled.
Okay.
I don't know. Well, let's do a 1d6 of damage for smashing
Okay.
into the wall.
Okay. Ooh, 5.
Awesome. It does not like being smashed into. It's very
Yay!
angry and looking kind of injured. Do you want to do anything else, or is that the end of your go?
I think that's the end of my go for a moment, apart from to sort of fist punch the air and go, yes.
Be like, yeah, guys, I did that.
Like, guys, that was so awesome.
So, Gremlin.
Oh, and a hair toss.
And what?
I did it again, sorry. And a hair toss. It's like,
Oh, nice. And then just kind of like a couple of finger guns.
yes.
Roll for the dog. Cool. I'm gonna let the dog go next because I forgot to roll for it, and it just rolled an initiative slightly harder than roll for him. The dog is going to do a bite attack on the doodah, which is crap, a 3. Okay, the dog tries to bite the worm but misses, and then it disappears in shame, and you don't know where it is. Gremlin, you can have a go.
Kamikaze dive into the creature's tail because
Nice.
that's away from the tentacles,
Yeah.
and that's where he'll hit for that. Why is it described as 1d1? It's just 1 damage.
What
Yes, I agree with Pretty Boy here. Please make this a 2-shot. It's really good to play.
Yes, I'm loving you guys. You're fucking hilarious. Does that count as piercing damage?
Yes, that's 1d1 piercing damage is what he's going for.
Cool. Unfortunately, this creature is also resistant to piercing damage, so you would inflict half a point of damage, which I don't know if that exists within the rules of D&D.
No, but I'm going for the poison status.
Okay. Yep.
Because that deals 1d10 damage for. Now that makes it unconscious, which means it can't attack.
What?
Seriously,
Read that out to me? You're
the
making
target.
sense.
If the saving throw fails by Oh, that's if the saving throw fails by 5 or more. The target is instead poisoned for 5 minutes and unconscious while poisoned in this way.
Wow. Okay. Well, I didn't make a saving throw, so what do I need to save?
That's a DC 10.
But what kind of saving throw?
Constitution.
Okay. Sorry. I rolled an 18. It has a +0, so 18.
That beats it by about 8 points.
So that's none points then.
Yeah, but I think my little gremlin might have annoyed it at that point.
Yeah, like the well, you don't know what it is yet. The creature has just been smashed into a wall and then bitten in the ass by this tiny little flying creature. It is not happy with life right now. Unless Gremlin wants to do anything else, it is now the creature's turn.
Gremlin is gonna screech.
Okay, how close is Gremlin right now?
It's literally on the tail.
Wicked. The creature's going to turn around and attack Gremlin.
Okay.
Actually, no. It's going to use its... Oh, no, hang on. Yeah, I was looking at the mega one underneath it. It's going to try and multi-attack Gremlin. And it rolls an 18, which is a +4 hit to 18, 96. 22 to hit Gremlin.
That's definitely hitting.
Cool. So Gremlin is going to get hit with 2d6 plus 2, 6, 7, 8 slashing damage for Gremlin.
Poof! Gremlin is gone.
Oh, no! Bye, Gremlin. Wait,
it's going to be more fun.
You're going to make some badass things come now. So it could have made a second attack against the same target, but the same target is gone, so it's just going to be there flailing around looking a bit. That is the end of its go. Morny, did you want to take a turn?
Morny is going to just double check the range on something. I think it's a touch. Well, actually, no, it's ranged. Morty's just going to hover about Or's head.
So that's it.
But yep, pretty much.
Okay, Haru, what you doing?
I would like to ask Luma how injured she is.
He, she, it is.
Yeah, they. How injured are they?
Safest option.
Yeah. Luma?
A little bit. Oh, can you hear me?
Now I hear you.
Yeah, a little bit, not that much. I'm actually quite tough.
Okay then.
Can I laugh out loud at that comment?
Oh.
Does anyone else need healing?
I think Or might.
Okay, fine then. I shall attack. Why not? I was gonna, do my job and be the medic. But...
Just totally ignored the comments about Or being damaged.
Yeah, did you hear what Timo said?
No.
You asked.
Might, but I think you didn't hear it.
You asked, does anybody need healing? So I said, well, I think Or might.
Oh, did you? Sorry.
And you responded to that by going. You responded by going.
Okay, I take that back. I'm sorry. Can I use Cure Wounds on you?
Well, it's not really going to complain.
Okay. Right, 1d8 plus spellcasting modifier. Oh, do I get proficiency for it as well, or am I just being greedy now?
From memory, I think you. I think you only add your ability modifier.
Yeah, fair enough. Well then, I hope this is enough.
Oh, bloody hell. What's that? You've pretty much almost put me up to full health again.
Yay!
You did the thing that you're supposed to thing.
Yay! I was
I'll be
useful.
honest, Tor could probably do it herself, but.
Well, now you don't have to.
It's okay. That's what I'm here for. Like literally, I'm a battle medic. That's what I'm here for.
To heal in battle.
Yeah, exactly.
How many cure wounds do you have?
I think I have 3 left,
Okay.
but I also have a feature and 2 more level 2 spells. One of which can actually heal everyone around by quite a significant amount of points.
Okay, so you're definitely more the healer.
Yeah, that is sort of the idea behind like the battle medic. I'm gonna assume.
Yeah, right.
That's the dedicated healer.
I'll just point out that I've got cure wounds by 5.
Oh, nice.
Hello.
Oh,
Hello.
Cat. I know you like cuddles, but preferably don't drool all over my desk.
Oh.
Right, so Rosie's gone and Jean's gone.
No, Rosie is back, I think.
Oh.
No.
No, she's not. Okay, I misheard. My bad.
So, or did you get healed up? Here she is.
Now she's back. Yeah, now
Did you
I'm
need
correct.
me?
No, they just said she's back, and then we all sat in silence. They're like, "Oh no, that wasn't her that was back."
So,
Or did you get healed up?
yep, up to 19 hit points.
Awesome. The creature is going to watch that happen and look really annoyed.
Oh, vind je dat mooi? My cat is looking at all the sparkly green circles that are showing up in Discord and sitting there like, oh. No, don't eat my phone. Don't eat my phone.
So, Haru, is that your go done? Or have you got anything
Yep.
to do?
Nope, that's it.
Cool. It's your turn.
Wait, me?
Yeah. You rolled a 2 initiative, right?
Seeing as my little pet was killed, it's time to step it up a little bit. As it doesn't specify that it's an action, it says you can conjure beasts to fight for you or protect you. It doesn't specify if it's an action at all.
Uh-huh.
If I were to do 2 creatures with each for 1 point out of the 12 points that I have, could that work in 1 turn?
Ooh. I'm not sure. Did it not say somewhere that you could only do 1 at a time? Or
I don't know.
I made that up.
You added that to the zero challenge rating 0 things. It just says you can conjure a maximum number of beasts equal to your wisdom modifier plus proficiency bonus per long rest.
Okay, sure. You can do 2 in 1 go.
I'm gonna summon 2 flying swords.
Oh god.
Oh, fuck. Uh-huh.
DM instantly regrets the decision.
These things are fun because they have blind sight.
Nice.
So they appear besides me
Mm-hmm.
with initiatives of 21 and 18, respectively.
Cool. So you're on initiative of 2, so this is your go. So then we'll go around to flying sword, then Ash, then a flying sword.
Sounds good.
Amazing. So is that now the end of your turn?
Yeah, I'll take that as the end of my turn.
Okay. Flying sword, number 1. It's now your turn.
It's gonna fly over to the enemy and do its longsword attack,
Mm-hmm.
which has an 18 to hit.
Yes, that hit.
And That's for 8 points of damage.
What kind of damage?
Slashing damage, non-magical.
Cool. This has damage resistance to non-magical slashing damage. So how many did you say the damage was?
It was 8, so that's 4 that's left to actually damage the thing with.
Cool. Noted. Does Flying Sword want to do anything else after that attack?
Fly up. Oh, you know what? No, it's gonna stay there in like more of a defensive stance. So instead of like pointy end to the enemy, it's now like bladey end, like sideways in front of me as like armor.
Oh, okay, cool. Beautiful. Would the ashes go, but is Gina still gone? Yeah. So pointy sword number 2, it's your turn, and we'll come back to Ash.
It's gonna do the same thing actually.
Go for it. Roll for your hit.
That's 22 to hit.
Yeah, that definitely hit. Roll your damage.
That's for 8 damage as well. No, wait, that's 6 damage. Sorry.
Minus.
Yeah, that's. Oh wait, 6. Yeah, 6. So that makes 3 actual damage because it's slashing damage again, and that's non-magical, so halved. And then it's gonna do the same thing. So it's gonna fly over in front of me, and there's now 2 flying blades crossed in front of me as like protection.
Pretty badass. Oh, Ashtelin, we just skipped over your go because I was not here, but now you're back. You can have your go. Currently, you have seen Hazathan, you know, one of your kind of trusted friends, has conjured 2 flying swords out of thin air. Both of these swords have attacked the creature, and it is looking pretty gross and bloody right now. But still looking like it's going to attack someone. What are you going to do?
Stab it in the beak.
Cool. Please make an attack with your scimitar then. What are you rolling to hit?
I think that hits.
Yep. Roll your damage.
Ooh, pretty.
Again, that would be half a point of damage.
Yay.
It's resistant, so
Ooh, can we combine both of those half points of damage into 1 full point?
Yay.
then didn't you poison it instead?
Oh yeah, true. No, because that was passed quite severely, but yes, I think you're right.
So no, yeah, no point. Sorry, Ash. It like you hit it, so everybody thinks you look really cool, but it doesn't really seem like it's done much to the creature. We are going to move on to Luma.
Oh, okay. So
Tell me
if I
about your
use
reading infestation again.
it's to add necrotic damage as I do more damage at the same time. So I was wondering if I try to use poison spray, is it going to spray at other people as well, or?
You're kind of the closest person to the creature.
Oh, okay.
I guess you could like make a. Yeah, it's kind of like a stream out in front of you, isn't it? So you and Ash are probably closest right now, but I don't think it would get either of you. I'm gonna be nice to you. So if you want to do your poison damage rolling. What's your damage?
Sorry, Vicky, did you hear that?
No, I didn't hear you. Quiet. Are you there?
Who's where?
Luma. She's typing though. Oh, it gets constant save. No, I did not hear that. Sorry. I should have remembered that from before. It rolled a 5 plus it. Oh, my fucking cat has just jumped on everything. It gets a 5. Oh no, so it fails its Constitution save. Cool. You all see as Luma squirts some disgusting looking poison at the creature. It shrieks and starts to melt into +7 points in necrotic. Fucking hell. It starts to melt in on itself to the point that it's seeping down as a goo in amongst all of the bits of rubble. You have well and truly destroyed each of them on 8 HP when you just made that attack. Guys, danger has passed. Luma saved the day, even though she was the one that disturbed the creature in the first place. You are all still inside the half-entry temple. You've collected some items. You've killed a foe. Looking around, you notice that on the opposite side to where you are, there is another door that would take you out west further towards your target. What are you doing?
Waltzing in, of course.
Mm.
With my sword still, like, by my side.
Oh yeah, you've still got your flying sword.
They only disappear when I either dispel them or they die.
Nice.
So always going to follow.
Cool. Everyone else following
Yeah,
has
follow.
and her pointy pointies.
Pointy.
Cool. You all, after having shared out your items, having a battle brick, you head out of the temple. Ahead of you, back into the forest, you can smell more death and decay and just a horrific stench. Stupid. Hanging on the air in the forest. You continue together. Without noticing it, you kind of start walking closer to one another. You're a little bit freaked out right now. I would like for you all to roll perception, please. Looking for death.
And also be using Gus to try and like bring fresh air rather than all the stench.
Nice.
What were we rolling, sorry?
Perception.
Perception. Ah.
So, you notice as well the dog suddenly blinks into life next to you. It seems to be happy to come back now that the scary beast monster is gone. Welcome back, Haru. We are leaving the temple. It's stinky and decaying and horrible out here, and I've just asked everyone to roll perception.
Okay. Where is it?
Okay, cool. Anybody that rolled a 12 or higher. Whoa! Sorry, my cat just stood on the edge of the book and knocked everything off my desk. Excellent. Idiot. Everyone that rolled a 12 or higher, you have noticed that in the distance in front of you, you can see small flapping creatures.
I was going to send Morny over to investigate.
Cool. As Morny gets closer, you kind of sense through her these are not birds. They're not quite bats. They look somewhat bat-like, but they have a weird protrusion out of the front of their faces. They don't look
Oh,
very
no.
lovely.
Guys,
At
they're
the
no
moment-
fun.
At the moment, you can see 4 of them flapping around.
Can we avoid them?
How would you like to avoid them?
By sneaking?
Yeah.
That's kind of where I got.
Or by a fog cloud.
Yeah. What would your fog cloud be?
So basically, create a 20 feet radius sphere of fog centered on a point.
Mm-hmm. And is it a spell so it automatically...
Yeah, so it just creates fog around pool. It's a level 1 spell.
Cool. I will let you attempt it. How close do you need to be to cast it?
I can cast it anywhere within 100 feet of range.
Within how far? Sorry, you broke up. Did you say 100 feet? 120 feet. Cool.
Do you wanna cast it on like an object we can carry and basically be a walking fog of cloud, or are you talking about casting it on the animals, birds, things?
I've got like a rock you could cast it on.
Of course.
You know what else we could do with the rock? Throw them out of the air. Could I borrow your rock for a second?
Sure. Handsome rock.
Can I
So
throw
you
the
really
rock?
want to cast it on one of the pink flying animals?
Yeah, I think that makes
Cool. Go for it.
yeah.
Does it need to like make any saving throws or anything?
No, there's no saving throw. It just creates a fog cloud.
Nice.
It just creates a sphere of fog, 20 feet.
Cool. So you will see Luma concentrate for a few seconds, and suddenly ahead of you, a ball of fog, constantly moving but staying in a kind of spear shape, encompasses these creatures as they're flapping around. You hear some screeching, but they seem to be confused in the centre of fog. Luma, is it a concentration spell, or is it there now forever? Stay on there.
It can be dissipated with wind, I think.
Yeah.
So it's kind of pretty much there until unless we're... Cool. Okay. So you can see a floating...
Isn't it
Fog
concentration?
I don't know if it's one of her special feats that she's got by being a gross bug creature thing.
Oh, if it's a feat, that could be it, because
Yeah.
I remember having that spell on Saldos, and there it's concentration. That's why I was confused.
No, I think she's a magical bug creature thing. Yeah.
Yeah, the spell is concentration up to an hour, right? That's, as far as I'm aware, at least. Not trying to work against you or anything, but just like...
Oh no, we want it to be like... Well, if it don't say it, then it ain't. She's using a sphere of fog. Oh. Do it, okay. I don't know.
Okay.
It might be because I'm not using the book that it says concentration on what I'm looking at, but
Yeah, you do get different things.
I can quickly check the book if you want.
Go for it. App might have less information than others. We
Fog.
can say it stays there as a concentration. You might be okay to sneak around as long as you concentrate.
Fog cloud concentration up to 1 hour. I think. Yeah. Concentration up to 1 hour. It says.
Okay.
But could be in the app. Sorry, Cass, not trying to work against you or anything.
Well, no, the rules are there to be played, aren't they?
Well, the fact that I asked was mostly because I want to patch up my other character as well. So if it's not concentration, I should change that on my sheet.
Okay. Well, let's say that it's a concentration spell that lasts for up to an hour, and you guys are going to try and sneak around where these weird bug things are flying around. Yeah, no, it's fine. If it's not on the app, you're not to know, are you? Cool. So, flying around are some weird creatures stuck inside a fog ball that Luma is going to concentrate on for a minute. You kind of trudge on through the forest, skirting around where the fog ball was. And it's really dark here. All of you have dark vision, so it's just kind of gloomier for you. You're maybe seeing things more in black and white than you were in colour. And ahead of you, as you go around with creatures stuck in the flame, you see the skull of a very long dead dragon, luckily for you. Nature has reclaimed most of it from some ancient forgotten battle. You can see the rotted remains of much more recent kills strewn around on the floor, however.
Ooh.
Dark blood spatters across the stones and the roots out the front of the skull. As you step forward into the clearing, I would like for you to roll me a perception check, please. Try to take it too.
Wait, perception?
Okay, so Ash and Haz, you hear behind you a low, rumbling roar. Everything else in the forest that's noticed seems to stop and pay attention. You turn and look, and an orange-furred beast explodes from just behind the back of the cave, wildly grabbing at logs and stones and throwing them at the floor in a fit of rage. It takes a long running leap and jumps 20 feet into the air to hang from a dead half-in tree covered in vines. Spit drips from its ape-like face and it bellows again, staring around, ready to act. Can you all roll initiative again?
Shit, so now I'm rolling 3 initiatives, right?
Yep.
Oh, I think I'm quite okay actually this time. That's 18 for Haz. And then one got 20 not that. As for 2 got 19.
Yay, lucky 7. Gremlin got dead. Oh. Cool. So we have 2 for morning for dog. 2 for the dog. No one's named the dog, by the way. 5
Scruffy.
for Huh?
Scruffy. The dog
They
can
can
now be
get
called
them.
Scruffy.
7
Dog for the dog.
Pat!
Oh.
Pat the dog!
Oh,
Oh, look at him!
well,
Squirrel! That-
1, 2, 3, 4. Fabulous. Cool. This horrific abomination of a creature is staring down at you 20 feet in the air. And, you are up first in the order of initiative.
I was immediately just going to use Red and Spirit on it.
Sure.
Let me
Cast
just
a
quick.
spell.
I believe so. Just gotta double check if it actually requires a hit or if it's an auto hit. I need to look in Chrome, is where I've got it. Range spell attack. So that is.
What's the range on it?
Range of Ren Spirit is. Where is it?
It's only 20 feet ahead of you.
Yeah, it doesn't
We
actually.
get towards the
give
end of the day,
range.
come on, it's fun.
That's right. So it's a Ren's. Hang on. I was looking at that. 7 plus 15 on the dice, so 23 odd something to attack.
Yep, that hits.
Rightio. I need a D12.
Say 8d12.
No, a D12.
Let's say, Jesus, I didn't think I gave you anything that bad.
And that's 4 fire damage.
Cool. It doesn't seem to take as much damage as you'd expect.
Noted.
Are you going to do anything else, or is that the end of your turn?
Or's going to just back up behind someone else. Just the nearest person.
You could back up behind a person, or there's plenty of trees around as well.
Person will do better.
Cool. I'm going to say Hazathan, just because you guys have been winding each other up. Haz, it is now your turn. This creature is hanging there, and it looks like it's about to jump down any second.
I am so debating if it's worth it blasting all my points for this. Guys, is it worth emptying out all my conjuration of for beast for this? For this fight?
Yeah, fuck it. It's not like we're gonna meet anything else dangerous.
You know what? I'm not gonna do that yet. I'm gonna save that rogue. What I am gonna do is I'll take a bonus action to use Dragon's Breath on myself, which is a 2nd level spell.
Cool.
And what kind of creature was it? It was that like barbarian looking thing, right?
Yeah, it's a huge, it's kind of ape-looking, bright orange fur. It looks pretty monstrous. It kind of feels like maybe from a different plane. Like there's something bad feeling about it. And it can't.
Oh yeah, demon summoning.
In that case, I'm gonna do acid for my Dragon's Breath.
Nice.
And after that, I take an action for my Dragon's Breath to actually activate. Because the spell just gives me the ability for a minute, so that's 10 rounds of Dragon's Breath each turn as an action.
Cool.
So then I do a Dragon's Breath, which means that it's in a certain direction, which is in this case up towards the enemy.
Mhm.
And he gets a Dex saving throw against my spell thingy.
He rolled a 6, which is
Yeah,
a 8.
He fails. That's a 15 that he had to beat.
Okay.
Which means that he takes 3d6 acid damage, which I'm gonna roll now.
Cool.
Where's my green d6? That one is... Oh, that one is in my hand. I'm an idiot. Nice. 14 points of damage.
Cool.
And that's acid damage, so it's doing the melty melt.
Nice. Lovely. Noted. Is that the end of your go?
That's the end of my go.
Cool. It is now the horrific creature's go. It's going to look down at you and shout in... Does anybody know Abyssal?
Nope.
Nope.
No.
Is it one of my other characters that know Abyssal? Oh, Horserin, you know Abyssal.
What's the question? Oh,
It's fine, you don't know it. Yeah, Horserin, you know the shit.
I do. Awesome.
Shit, talk to
Horserin,
it
you're
about-
gonna...
Talk to it about rocks.
You're gonna hear this ginormous creature shouting down at you. You will become part of my collection. And it throws itself out of the tree towards. I'm going to say towards Hazathan because you're the only one that's really caused it any super pain yet. And it is going to multi-attack. 1 with its bite and 2 with its fist.
There's 2 pointy swords in front of me. Does that help me at all?
It can smash 1 with its face, 1 with its hand, and you with 1 of its hands if you want.
Okay.
Cool. So it's going to make its first attack with its bite on 1 of your swords, which is fucking natural 20.
Shit. There goes my sword.
I think your sword is possibly dead. Plus 7 as well. So that was a 27 to hit. That's a 9 damage to your fly spiky swordy.
Yes, my sword survives.
Oh, damn.
Just barely.
But wait, if it's a natural 20, doesn't the dice get doubled?
The dice gets doubled.
Cool. So I rolled a 5, so that's 10 plus whatever I said. So that's 14 damage.
The sword still survives.
Fuck. Cool. It's going to use its first fist attack of 2 to smash the other sword, which it rolls a 17.
That's my armor class exactly.
So does that count?
I don't know.
I think that means you're protected, doesn't it? Rosie!
I think it means you're just hit. But that's just me.
Okay, I'm going to go with what she says. Smash!
Yeah, of course.
Smash!
So that is a... Ooh, what have you...
How much?
1d10 plus 4 bludgeoning damage. I rolled a 10. So that's a 14 bludgeoning damage to the second sword.
That sword is alive as well.
Damn it. Not that I want to kill you or anything. And then the last fist attack is going to be your face, which rolls a 16 plus 7, so whatever that is with math.
Wait, 16 plus 7 to hit?
23. What?
Yeah, that hits.
Yeah, 23 to hit. Cool. So that's a d10. I rolled a 10 again. So that's a 14 to have a ban.
I survive as well, though.
Okay. I don't mind about killing your swords, but I don't actually want to. Okay. So you are left with a screaming creature in your face.
And only 10 hit points left.
Yeah. That's the end of the creature's go. It goes now to Luma.
Wait,
As you're up next. After
Wait.
Luma. What?
Mm-hmm.
Luma got lower than my swords, though.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. What did your swords get?
20 and 19.
Sorry about that. Hey. Your sword like to have a go?
They'll both do a longsword attack.
Yeah, they will. Sorry. What do they need to do for that?
Well, the first one has a 15 to try and hit.
It's got a 15 armor class, so if I said that it hit you, that it hits that.
Nice.
Damn.
And the other one got an 18 to hit.
Yeah, that hits too. So
Okay.
Lumi, you're up next after these guys. So roll damage for both of those.
Oh shit, that's an 8 and that's a crit. That's an 8 as well. So that's 10 damage each. So that's 20 damage total. But it's all non-magic slashing damage.
Yeah, it seems to take all of that. Ouchie. Cool. End of swords go.
That was all they can do, literally. Well, they can lie on the floor and look like normal swords.
Okay. Luma, it's your go.
Okay, can I try to infest it as well?
Can you try to what? Sorry, I was just reading what Ash said. Yes, you can. What do you need to do to infest? I've forgotten already. It needs to make a con save or something.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. It rolled an 8, and Constitution is +3, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, it failed.
Okay.
It's now infested. How many damages are you giving it?
10 million.
Mm,
Just to kill it.
2d4 jizzles. Go for it.
For necrotic damage.
Okay. It does not enjoy that. Let me hit that. Cool. You guys see Luma doing her weird festing shit again, and there's bugs everywhere, and it's kind of gross and you're scared. But also you notice the fog cloud that is just off in the distance dissipates because her concentration has been broken. And suddenly the 4 pink fly things can see you and start bizzling their way over, ready to attack when it's their turn. So Luma, is that the end of your go?
Yeah.
Attack again. Cool. Ash, we're going to move on to you. You've got this hulking great creature, and now also 4 weird fly things that are kind of on the edge of the clearing coming towards you guys. What do you want to do? Remember, I don't want to kill you.
No, that's why you're throwing 5 enemies at once. Damn it.
I would like to cast Cloud of Daggers.
Nice.
So I fill a 5-foot cube with the daggers. A creature takes 44 slashing damage when it enters the area for the first time on a turn, or it starts its turn there. My range is 60 feet. Can I do it in the path of the flying creatures?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I would
So
like
does
to
it
do
just
that.
kind of hang there, and then if they approach it, it attacks them? Or is it attacking them now?
Just says when it enters the area for the first time on the turn. So it won't attack until they enter the area. Unless I just do it where they are. Can I do that?
Oh, Pan. Sorry, my cat's standing on the keyboard. Wait.
Ooh, now I want to know what it's typing to us. Maybe it's a hint for your plot.
It was 2 letters, but then he was standing on them, so it made everything beep. Either sit down or fuck off. I just bopped you on there. So they hang in a cube until they enter the area for the first time, was what you said, right?
Yeah, it'll hang in a cube. It's a concentration for up to a minute.
Okay.
So, yeah, when they enter the area, it's a 5-foot cube, so hopefully they won't dodge it.
They're pretty thick.
Yeah, so I'll do it just kind of like right in front of them.
Cool. They have a 2 intelligence, so
That'll be fine.
Okay, cool. Is that then the end of your go? And there's a massive dagger hanging around.
Yeah, I think that's the end of my go.
Cool. That's really cool. Well, it is now the first pink creature's turn, and it is gonna fly towards the group to see if it can attach on one of you. What happens when it goes into the daggers then?
It gets daggered.
4d4 slashing damage for, I think it's just for whichever creature. The creature takes 4d4 slashing damage.
Okay. Roll some damage then. So it's literally going to try and fly straight towards you guys and go straight into the daggers. So I would say roll your damage because it is stupid and it doesn't know what daggers are.
$14 damage.
Amazing. Those that notice, you see some of the daggers fly towards this pink flapping creature that doesn't seem to be able to fly very well, and it is shredded to pieces. If you knew what sashimi was, it looks exactly like that, falling to the floor right now. And that is that creature's death. We're gonna move on to Haru. It is your turn.
Yay! Can I look at my warhammer, look at the big guy, look back at my warhammer, look back at the big guy, and then pick it up, slightly terrified of my own warhammer, and attempt to bludgeon the big guy?
Yes, please. Roll your attack.
Is that... I don't know what to roll for that, sorry.
Hang on.
Bertie knows all about warhammers.
Haru, Warhammer. So you just roll your attack, and then it's a strength plus your proficiency, I believe.
Ooh, yeah, I'll take that. That would be a 19.
Yes, that hits. Would you like to roll your D8 bludgeoning? It says on here.
I would love to roll my D8 if I can find my D8. Yep, found it. Oh, that's a 7. That's nice.
Awesome. So why did I say 9? So 7 bludgeoning damage.
You can give it 9. I don't mind.
I'll do math. Okay.
Ooh, wait. I have double attack. Can I do it again?
Yeah, sure. Roll to hit again.
That is a 14.
You swing for a second time, and the creature just shrugs itself out of the way, and your warhammer goes crashing into the floor by its feet.
No, sad times. Thank you.
Is that the end of your turn?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. It is now the other pink flappy creature's turn, or one of the other pink flappy creature's turn. It is going to fly slightly around towards the edge of the daggers. Fuck it, it's too shit. It's going to fly towards the daggers. stab it. It's gonna be too
Kill it. Come on, load this. Aw.
9 damage total.
This little pink flappy creature, happily flapping towards, looking like it's going to eat someone, is sliced neatly in half by one of the daggers and falls to the floor.
I'm gonna start using this spell.
It's your turn. Horserin, it is now your turn.
Mine?
Horserin, Rosie.
Hello.
I only heard ha, so I was like, ah.
So you've got two pink things that are kind of behind some daggers right now, and this hulking great orange dribbling demon mass in front of you.
Jesus, right. I'm just looking through my stuff and thinking, what would work? Okay.
Doing the thing would work.
Doing the thing would work, yes. Definitely.
Just all of the thing.
Just all of the thing. I think the thing would be really good. What is the area around it like again?
So you're kind of, I'll put the picture up again, it's kind of moss-covered rock.
Okay, but there is rock.
Oh yeah, there's definitely rock. It's kind of rock and mud and plants. You can see in the picture there's like rock to the side.
Yes.
So you got rocks around you.
Most excellent. Okay, in which case I will try this because why not? Let me just double check. Okay. Okay, I am going to do a stone fist.
Nice. No one laughed at that.
I just need to double check. Okay, yep, so my fist turns into rocks,
Nice.
I believe, if it's the correct thing I have up. Okay, so I'm going to try and go for probably the nearest one to you, I think. Whichever one that would be. And do a smashy thing.
So the big, hairy, hulking creature.
If that's what's closest, then yes. And
Do it!
my attack
'cause the pink-
total is 16.
Cool, you hit. Would you like to roll some
Yes.
fist damage?
I shall do the damage. Okay. I believe I'm looking at the right one. In which case, the damage is 4!
Huzzah! And what does that count as, like bludgeoning or something?
Yes.
Fabulous.
It was only a very small fist.
Hey, it is better than no damage at all.
This is true.
You see the big hulking creature kind of looking a bit confused and but slightly pained. Yeah, it hurt. It definitely hurt. Anything else, Hawthorne, or is that the end of your turn?
I haven't really got anything. Can I possibly just sort of move out of the way a bit? Can I do that?
Sure. You can kind of scuttle behind one of your rocks.
Yes.
Cool.
Because my blending in, it's an action. Yeah, it's an action, not a bonus action. So yeah.
Cool. So we're going to move on to the dog that is still following you guys around. And it is going to blink out of existence and then appear right next to the demony blob that's in front of it, and it's going to do a bite attack, which it misses massively. The dog disappears again out of shame because apparently it's dreadful. Morny, if she would like to have a go. I keep calling it a she, I don't know if it is a she. I'm just misgendering everyone, I apologise.
There's not What she can do. She's just gonna go flying circles around the head of this giant angry thing.
Cool. He's gonna try and bat her away and deconfuse. Or it is now your go.
Which point I was going to shoot a crossbow bolt at it.
Nice. Roll to hit them, please.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Oh no, that's never good.
That will be a 3.
Yeah, that kind of misses. So, with Morny flapping around the creature's head, you go to shoot, but then you're concerned about your little familiar, and you take your eyes off the creature for a minute, and the bolt sails plain past its head. Anything else, or is that the end?
That's pretty much it.
Cool. Haz, it is your turn.
So the flying creatures and the big creature, where are they compared to me?
So the big creature is kind of to the side of the dragon skull cave.
Yeah.
So it depends how close you got to the cave. And the big creatures are kind of off, kind of behind and to the side of everybody because they were left back in a different clearing. They're slowly making their way forwards, but they're still kind of behind those daggers that Ash has put up.
Okay, so they're gonna die before they get to us. Is what I'm assuming here.
Yeah. I might let one get through. No, they're pretty thick. They wouldn't know how to get around daggers.
In that case, I'll just acid breath the big ugly again.
Nice. Roll what you need to roll.
Just
Roll as a common.
you make a dex save again.
Oh. 6.
No.
8.
No. The DC was 17 for that one. No, wait, 15 for that one.
Cool. So, no dice.
Ha! Max damage.
Shit.
That's 18 points of damage, and that's all acid damage.
Cool. I haven't said this yet because they're all little things. But Hazathan, how would you like to do this?
I'm specifically aiming the concentrated acid on his face so that it slowly melts away.
Nice. So, the horrific, drooling, snarling creature in front of you is covered from its forehead to its chin with acid, and you see as it throws its hands up, the skin melts away from its face, and then the bone underneath begins to melt away as well, and is just left as this pink, pulsing, horrific mass of... And it falls to the floor,
Oh god.
deaded.
I spit at it.
But there are still 2 pink things left. I'm going to cut this short because they're just going to kill themselves. They're going to fly into the dagger and fall.
Nice.
Because they're stupid and they have 2 hit points each. And you've foiled my creatures and it's getting late.
Ending ever.
Yeah. Yeah, and then everything was fine. The end.
Atarask stood up, murdered everybody.
What
The
about my
end.
mum?
Well,
That
no,
one died.
It's not the end. It's not the end. So the creature laying on the floor in the clearing, as the forest falls silent, you hear something in the distance.
Uh-oh.
One last time. Can you all roll perception for me, please?
Aw, shit.
Nat 20 to finish it off. So that's 24 perception in total.
Cool.
I hate you. I'm like distracted by rocks because they're cool.
Yeah, so Hawthorne is like stroking the rock that he's hit behind. Beautiful, I love it.
Wait, did the acid hit any rocks that melted away slightly?
there might be some slight holes in some of the rocks, yeah.
Guys, we need to have a rock funeral, like, immediately.
No. Not
You're rolling perception.
It's
Rock.
happening
Not a rock. Roll.
again!
Haru, you're rolling perception.
Beautiful.
Nice. So, Hazathan definitely hears, and Or and Haru hear as well. What? Everybody else is distracted either by rocks or still looking for bugs or, kicking at this giant creature that no one really knows where it came from. The three highest rolls. Hey?
I'm still trying to get a tooth from that skull.
Oh, what, the dragon skull?
Oh yeah.
Roll some strength for me. Ash, roll me a straight strength check.
Yeah, so I'm on push to talk. I've got a 19 total.
Nice. After a couple of minutes of rocking this thing backwards and forwards, you managed to snap the top half of a dragon's tooth off. It's pretty old, but it's pretty impressive. So the people that rolled the highest for their perception, in the distance... Oh, God. In the distance from the edge of the cave, or from inside the cave, you hear familiar voices shouting at you.
Uh-oh.
Familiar voices as in the missing people?
It's our parents and they're mad! Run!
I misty step in.
Cool.
I grab the swords. I grab the swords and misty step in. And then I let go of the swords again as they're with me now.
Nice. Anybody else?
Going as well.
Yeah, let's go.
Going.
Cool. As you step into the cave, all of you able to use dark vision, you can see through the gloom. There is a cluster of people at the back of the cave. Some standing, some sitting, some on the floor. They're all inside a small cage. They're trapped by bone, the back of the giant dragon skull, and teeth broken from the jaws rammed into the ground, prison bars. As you move into the gloom further, you all hear cries of what you know. Calls from 3 half-orcs, all looking bloodied and battered, but all just about able to stand, cheering Haru and Luma. 2 wispy figures are seated towards the back, one with eyes swollen shut, the other with their arm hanging at a wrong angle. But both still manage to smile as you're looking at them. Ashtilin and Haru, you both run forwards desperate. Laid out on the floor, unconscious.
What did you
their
say?
head being... Pardon?
What was that? I heard Ashton.
Yeah. Ashtilin and Haru, you both run forwards desperate. Laid out on the floor, unconscious head being supported by a bruised half-elf woman, is Hagar. The woman, Minerva Seer, looks towards Ashtilin, weeping silently as she holds Hagar's head on her lap. Ashtilin, you've never seen her look so proud. After a few minutes of combined smashing of rocks, conjured beasts and weapons, you've broken some of the ancient dragon teeth enough to allow the captives to move into the larger cave space. They all embrace you, scolding you for coming this far on your own, but thanking you for them. Tears and joy subside quickly, however, as they discuss safe passage home. Hagar's unconscious body is supported and carried by her friends and her brother Haru, their half-elf adults guided by the younger one. As you leave the front of the cave, you notice something you didn't see before. A summoning circle, probably used to call forward the awful demon that you just fought. Within the circle there are artifacts, many of them with the crest of the leaders of Partican City. Minerva Seer, arm around Ashtilin, kicks the items out of the circle and stoops to pick them up. Handing them to the children, half-orc and half-elf both, she explains that they must show the rest of their clans. Something must be done, she says gravely. I, for one, vote it is done soon, and with as much force as we can muster from Llandriamoor Forest. The other adults nod and begin their long walk home with their young warriors, arm in arm, hand in hand, readying themselves for whatever may come. The end!
Yay!
guys missed half of the cool stuff that I had set out for you.
Because
no,
we
it's
don't
awesome.
know that.
Vicky.
So you can use it for the next one.
Oh, Gina missed it.
Yeah. Oh, what?
Gina's
Okay,
Discord
Miguel.
has gone.
Where? So she's still there.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
says on the
but
Facebook chat.
On Messenger, she mentioned
I've
that.
not been on there. I'll have to read her own bedtime story.
Yay!
Oh, you have plenty of time for that in the Tuesday sessions.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shut the recording off. We can still talk afterwards, but yeah, just shout at everybody.